Welcome to Stress-Free Solutions with Sarah. I'm your host, Sarah Elise, a stress management and fitness coach, advocating the world to trust their gut more often. I discuss various ways to manage stress and share personal stories of guest experts who have gone through the same stressors as all of you at home. Hey there, super moms of the universe. Let's play a game called hide and seek. No, not with your kids or that mysteriously vanishing left sock. It's time to seek out you in the everyday hide and seek of life. Introducing Mastering the Soul System, a 12-week journey to reclaim your time and energy. This course is your gateway to finding balance, energy, and joy in every aspect of your bustling life. Picture this, 12 weeks where the words mom and mayhem don't always go together. Rediscover yourself with every breath in our Soulful Mind Weeks. Sing out loud in the shower or car, off-key is absolutely fine, and dance during our Soulful Body sessions, and embrace the quiet whispers of your heart in our Soulful Spirit adventures. It's about time your spirit got a front row seat, don't you think? Join us on this journey. Embrace the harmony between being a dedicated mom and your personal aspirations. Mastering the soul system, because darling, in the noise, find your silence. And maybe, just maybe, a bit of that elusive thing called me time. You deserve to thrive, not just survive. So come on, slide into our world at www.livewellenhanceyou.com/soul system. Your journey back to you starts now.
Welcome back to another episode of Stress-Free Solution, where we've really learned how to reset from chaos, reconnect to our purpose, and enrich our soul. So what I wanted to talk about today was actually something a little different, and that's the topic of presence. How do we actually stay grounded when life feels like a constant improv scene? You know, those days where the script is constantly changing, like every 5 minutes, you're juggling work, your family, the kids' schedules and deadlines. And maybe you're ending up with a couple of Cheerios in your hair, and somehow still trying to find time to meditate. It's hard. As a performer, a wellness consultant, a mom, I've learned that the secret to presence isn't perfection. It's play. Today, we're going to break down how you're actually going to play more in your life. And the playing actually will bring you back to presence. Now, playing is something I started in my own life, but I now teach companies and CEOs and teams how to implement play more often into the workplace because it's fun. And also, you are able to be a stronger, more impactful leader. So we'll start with the first letter, which is P, and it's to pause. Pause is so important. When you pause, you're also able to think before you speak. That can be the hardest thing, especially when you want to give your opinion right away, possibly shutting down an idea or just trying to get to the point of whatever your teammate or honestly your partner is saying to you. So I really want you to focus in on starting with that pause. And I'm going to share with you a story where if I wouldn't have paused, I would have missed out on an opportunity of a lifetime. For a long time, I was too afraid to use my voice and sing again because the last time I had used my voice was at my father's funeral to sing Love Me Tender. And it was so challenging for me to get back on that stage because I just wasn't motivated. I don't know if it was partially because my dad wasn't going to be there or what. But one night, one of my friends convinced me to go to this dive bar. And in the basement, there was a speakeasy called Lower Broadway. And the owner just happened to be sitting there. And I saw a keyboard right there. And I, for some reason, had this like need to play it. So my friend and I started talking to the owner, and we found out that he was looking for a vocalist and keyboard player to play at his bar. That really excited me. And I told him how I'm a musician. And I just went down, sat at the piano, paused, taking a deep breath, and sang. And in that moment, I felt so alive. But if I wouldn't have paused and listened to what the owner had been telling me, that he was looking for someone, I would have just brushed by that and wouldn't have had an amazing year and a half at a local music residency in Chicago. My brain could have said, nope, too busy, too complicated, too much time, but I didn't do that. It was really a life-changing moment for me. When we pause, we can perceive the full picture. We see what's actually possible instead of reacting from fear. So if you're listening right now, let's take a collective breath together. I want you to notice what shifts: your heartbeat, your shoulders, your focus. That's presence. It's beginning to return to your body. Next comes the L. Listen and lean in. When I launched my first wellness event, it didn't start with a marketing plan. It started with listening. People around me were telling me how burnt out they were, disconnected, and looking for a place to reset. I didn't know how it would look, but I leaned into it, and listening gave me a direction. It was funny because my mentors were telling me, you love wellness events, maybe you should create your own. And I was like, I don't know about that. That's a little scary. That's a lot of pressure. But I had just crafted the wedding of my husband and my dreams. So I was like, you know what? I think I could create a wellness event. That should be a piece of cake. So I went online and I found this gorgeous venue in West Chicago. And it was perfect. When I walked in, I felt alive. There was beautiful natural light coming in, and I could feel the warmth. And then you walk into the back, and there were these twinkling lights and disco ball, and I just envisioned a fitness class with a live DJ. And then there was this big open room, and I just saw a beautiful luncheon that was healthy and filled with good vibes. So once I had the space, I needed to get butts in the seats, right? Once I started to ask people what they wanted in the event, they started to sign up, and it became the dream, the vision that I always hoped it could be. And that's something improv teaches us beautifully. If you don't listen, the scene dies. But if you really listen, the scene comes alive. So next time you're in a meeting or a conversation, try not to rehearse your response. Instead, listen for the emotion beneath the words. That's where connection and presence live. All right, now we get to A, which is accept. And I like to throw in adapt too, because you really need to, but accepting is huge. Let me take you back to our wedding day. I was very nervous to accept help. I didn't want my mom to do much work or my husband's family to do much. I just wanted everyone to show up and have a good time because I had seen how stressful it's been on other people. So I had an amazing assistant, Chelsea, who helped me craft the most beautiful wedding in Charlotte. It took me a lot of guts to ask her because she'd never done a wedding before. She primarily was working on my business. So I asked, and she said, wow, like I never thought about it, but that's something I would love to do. And I told her it will probably be around 130 people. So it's a little, not too big. And I had the wedding, the date, the venue, the band all picked out. So all I needed was a little assistance finding the florists, the photographers, all of those details that by all means are not small, they're big, but were things that I could delegate and feel comfortable with. So I accepted in that moment that I had someone working on our wedding and it was not just me. Then I decided that I wanted to do a set at our wedding. And no, bold choice. And of course, it was challenging for me to ask the band for help. I wrote this song for Evan that I absolutely loved, and I've talked about it before. But if I would have never done that, the wedding would have not been what it was today. It was unforgettable. In improv, when your partner throws something unexpected your way, you can either resist it or adapt to it. And because I accepted and adapted to it, the magic happened. Life can throw you a curveball, guys. Like, we'll all experience sudden deadlines, a change in plans. But just take a deep breath, like we did at the beginning, and say, okay, this is happening. What's my next best move? That mindset keeps you anchored in the present. And now for my favorite part of play, yes, and. Yes, comma, and. This is the golden rule of improv and honestly, of life. Every big leap I've ever taken, from performing to launching Live Well, Enhance You, to singing at our wedding, came from saying yes and. Yes to what life handed me and what I could create with it. When I was a little girl, I was at this children's academy called First Stage. And it was the first time I experienced what playing truly was and living in the moment. You know, you play when you're a kid and we lose that sense of play, right? We go on to the playground and we run around, we pretend we're fairies or pirates. And we just let loose and let go. And in those classes, I could play and pretend I was different characters and just let the scene become what it needed to be. As adults, we can do that. We can play. We can pause. We can listen to what our partner is saying. We can accept and adapt what our partner is doing. Then we can say yes and add on to whatever they're doing and create magic, create beauty in this world. Y'all, presence isn't about control. It's about curiosity. It's about showing up even when the script changes. Life is improv. The more we play, the more we will actually rediscover joy and connection with others. Maybe we'll even find a little calm in all of it too. I really hope this episode finds you a little bit of peace and playfulness. Please share this with a friend who could use that reminder today. And don't forget to subscribe to Stress Free Solutions so you never miss an episode. And remember to be kind and speak well to yourself on this self-love journey.
Thanks to Dan Lieber at Beckett Brown Music for the intro and outro music. You can keep in touch with me on Instagram at Sarah Elise Coaching. If you're looking to improve your health and wellness, check out my business, livewellenhanceyou.com. While you're there, join the Live Well Enhance You email list and receive exclusive offers for our wellness programs and events. Until next time, take care.